Hi there, my name is Kendrick and welcome to Travel and Live Free. In this video, I'm going to talk about the passport renewal process in Canada from hell, and that video is going to come up right now. Many Canadians right now are having trouble getting their Canadian passport renewed because there is a huge demand for travel all of a sudden in Canada. As soon as the Canadian government lifted a lot of travel restrictions, such as getting mandatory testing when arriving back in Canada from traveling, a lot of Canadians started applying for their passports to be renewed so that they can finally start traveling again. The big problem is that it doesn't seem like the government planned for the big influx of travelers all of a sudden, and now they're only processing people's passports last minute. To illustrate what happened, starting on March 1st of 2022, I sent in my passport by mail because that's what the website said I should do. And apparently, according to the website, after 20 business days, I should have my passport processed and returned to me, which I thought was a good move because this will give me about 2 months to renew my passport before my travel date. Fast forward in April, after 20 business days, I noticed that I still did not have my passport and I started getting really worried. So 3 weeks ago, I decided to call Passport Canada, and man, it was such a difficult time trying to get through their phone line and finally talk to an actual agent. When you call, it's either the line is broken or it's busy or they tell you to call again. You can't even be put on hold. If you do get lucky and you manage to get through, there's gonna be at least 550 people ahead of you. And this happened to me 4 times that I called over the past 3 weeks. This means that you can expect to wait anywhere between 4 to 5 hours to get through and speak with an agent. And that's if you get lucky and the call doesn't drop in the middle of your waiting. As a matter of fact, this happened to me a few days ago where I was calling, I was number 7 and it dropped and had to start from scratch over again. The first time that I got through 3 weeks ago, they told me I need to call back the following week because they said they're only looking at passport renewal 2 weeks before your travel date. So even if you send it in advance, they're not gonna look at it. So 2 weeks before, I finally called them and they told me that they're gonna initiate a transfer of my passport to a local branch here in Vancouver, Canada. So in my case, they sent it to Surrey, and they told me that Passport Canada in Surrey is gonna call me and book an appointment for me to come and pick up my passport. Guess what? A few days ago, I still had no phone call and it was already Wednesday and I'm traveling on Monday next week. So I called again on Wednesday and they told me to wait until the next day. So on Thursday, I finally called again. And finally, this agent was very helpful and told me that they're gonna send an email to the Surrey branch where I can renew my passport and mention to them that it's urgent that I get my passport on Friday because I'll be traveling on Monday. They did tell me that if I don't get any phone call, I should just drive to Surrey and go to the passport office and try my luck in person and to go there at noon. So that's exactly what I did. The next day, I did not get any phone call, so I started driving towards Surrey. And by pure luck, right when I parked my car in the parking lot, someone called me and told me the documents I needed to fax to them. I told them that I was already outside the passport office and if I can drop it in person, which actually turned out to be a good decision because they got the chance to see me and I was able to cut through the line and give them my proper documents. So basically, they're asking for your proof of travel documents such as your hotel and flight. The flight one is the most important, but hotel also helps. And they told me to come back at 3 p.m. to pick up my passport. However, I was a little bit suspicious because when I asked the security at the front of the passport office, they told me to come 15 minutes before 3 p.m. But when I was looking at the line, it was very long and it wasn't moving. So I decided to go a little bit earlier at 2:25 p.m. and line up just 20 minutes earlier than my original time that the security guard told me to go line up. And this turned out to be a great decision because guess what? I got my passport 10 minutes before the passport office closes. And at exactly 4 p.m., they would close the office and no one can get their passport that's still on the lineup. It was so sad because there's people in the lineup that's actually crying because they can't get their passport. And man, it's such a horrible experience. This has been one of the worst moments when it comes to travel for me because I was so anxious. My travel booking is non-refundable and it's also once in a lifetime. So this is the combination of all the bad things that can happen at once. Thankfully, I got my passport and I'll be able to travel on my original travel date, and that was such a big relief. So I don't wish this bad thing to happen on anyone. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and don't forget to sign up to our Travel and Live Free newsletter where you can get a 10-step cheat sheet on how to travel around the world. You'll also get the latest tips and strategies on how to save money on travel for Canadians, how to go on around the world adventure travel for Canadians, and how to use travel to get more freedom in your life as a Canadian. You can sign up for the newsletter in the description below. Until next time, I'll see you then.